Hey family, it's Terrence, the Unstoppable Coach Leffridge, with the Next Level Living Show. Listen, we had a couple of different technical difficulties that happened earlier today, but that's not going to stop us. The devil is not going to get the blessing out of this day. This day is too important. This day is too valuable, and we've got information that you need to help you live your life on the next level. So welcome to the Men of Vision broadcast where we are pursuing the dream. Five rather powerful men are going to be presenting to you today, talking about different ways in which you can pursue the dream in 2015. We are commemorating the birth of the Dr. Martin Luther King, the master motivator, the eloquent orator, and the civil rights activist that got us to the point where we, as five up-and-coming African-American men, can share with you a broadcast like this. This technology didn't exist back in the 60s, nor did we have the racial equality or the economic means to be able to put on a broadcast that is going to be seen worldwide to a worldwide audience, empowering people to live their lives on the next level. And we use the works of the Dr. Martin Luther King as a backdrop for what we're doing right now. It's because he had a dream that we're able to live our dreams. It's because he struggled and sacrificed so that we could do what we're doing today, that we want to give back to you and show you that it's possible for you to live your life on the next level as well. So I thank you that you're here in the broadcast, and we're going to do some real quick housekeeping so that everybody can have an opportunity to speak and you can be blessed. First and foremost, if you look above my head, there is a Facebook like button, there is a Facebook share button, and there is a Twitter share button. Why don't you click on one or all three of those buttons right now and let us know that you are watching the broadcast. Let us know what you're thinking about it. Let us know who you are first and where you're from. And if you've got a business, here's your opportunity to shout out that business as well. But yes, we want to be interactive as well. So below, you'll see this click here button. If you click here, that's going to take you to the Facebook chat room for the Next Level Living Show. And we want to talk to you. We want to be able to answer any questions that you might have of any of the presenters who are presenting at this time. Or if you want to share a comment or encouragement to the rest of the group, that's your place to do it. Because we want everybody to be living their life on the next level. And we want to promote everybody who is like-minded in that. So with that being said, go ahead, click that button, get into the Facebook chat room, and be interactive with us. And you are going to love our very first speaker. Our very first speaker is Ed Womack, the life transformer. Ed, if you listen to him closely, you will understand what he's about to reveal to you. He's about to reveal how you can realize your dreams, how you can overcome any difficulty that you might be having in your life, and you'll have the ability to move beyond negative circumstances with faith and with confidence. Over the next several minutes, you will learn the proven three-step M.A.D, M-A-D process that Ed used to successfully put his life back together after an extended bout with drugs. Whether you are recovering or rebounding from a setback, or whether your success is already there but you need to be pushed to the next level, then Ed is the man for you. Your realization of your dreams in 2015 are assured if you get M.A.D. So without further ado, I want to bring to the mic my friend, my buddy, my life transformer, Ed Womack. Ed, are you on the call?
Mic check, Coach T. Can you hear me now?
I hear you loud and clear. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right. Take two, my brother. Thank you so much, Ed Womack, the Life Transformer, for being a part of the Men of Vision broadcast today. You're pursuing your dreams, and you're going to show us what it takes, what we need to do, and how we need to get mad if we want to pursue our dreams. So I'm going to turn it over to you so I can get these golden nuggets that you're about to share with the audience. But first and foremost, tell them a little bit about yourself, Ed, and then go ahead, take the mic.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So first and foremost, I am Ed Womack, the life transformer out of Atlanta, Georgia, and it is my duty and my service and my honor to be able to provide uplift and enrichment to our men and women that may be coming out of a traumatic situation or may just find themselves kind of cruising through life with that thought inside that they know that they know that they know that there's something else more that they need to have. And I look to help them and guide them and direct them and be just there as a sounding board as they move to that next level as well. So as we get started today on this most momentous occasion where we are honoring the world famous and beloved Dr. Martin Luther King, I want to just plant a seed before I get into the core material, give you a little bit of insight of who I am. But one thing I want to start with is for the audience, if you don't have a pen or paper, grab one. Get your Evernote. Post some nuggets inside of the Facebook Next Level Living group in case some others come along after during the replay, so that they will be able to get full advantage of all the things that are being shared here today as well. So one of the things that I oftentimes like to incorporate into my conversations, if you will, because I don't like to think of it as a speech or a presentation, is sharing from the heart, is incorporating some of the things that I've learned, some of the conversations that I've had, to hopefully, again, give you that insight that you too can move to that next level. But in order to do that, you need to understand, first and foremost, you need to get mad. And mad ain't bad. It's necessary. What does MAD stand for? Mindset, action, and determination. So as we proceed through today's discussion, our conversation, if something strikes you or something resonates with you, I want you to go ahead and post it into the Facebook group and use the hashtag M.A.D. So that being said, you know, obviously since we're in a day of honoring the great Dr. King, one of the things that I tried to do as I prepared for today's conversation was to make certain that I grabbed some nuggets, some morsels that have inspired me along the way that hopefully you as well will find to be useful and that you can take and begin to incorporate into your life right now. So let's go with the first one. It is this: there comes a time when one must take a position that is neither safe nor politically correct nor popular, but must be taken because it is conscious, and you have to tell yourself that is right. So although it may not be something that everybody says, oh, that's a great idea, or you may not get a whole bunch of support, you are going to encounter when you begin to get mad. And you start with principle number one, which is to adjust the mindset. That mindset could have been created from when you were a little tight. That mindset could have been something that has evolved as you began to go through your teenage years. That mindset could be something that you've recently engaged yourself in. But the beauty of it is that you have a choice. See, what I've come to understand in my journey, and let me just share a little bit with you about my journey so that you can understand why is Ed Womack, why is he qualified to be able to share and converse with this platform about getting mad. Well, as Terrence pointed out during the introduction, I've had some peaks and valleys in my life. I struggled with addiction. I struggled with loneliness. I struggled with abandonment. I struggled with frustration. I struggled with not really knowing who I really was. So I hope that you will understand that not only have I traversed or gone through some peaks and valleys in my life, I've also taken the intentional effort to be coached. I've endured some extensive counseling. I've surrounded myself with new types of people. See, I'm also a certified coach from the Center for Discovery here in Atlanta, so I'm a certified life coach, and I work with clients every day to try and help them understand that it's okay to be mad. You see, and the first thing that I've come to realize is in working with clients is it's oftentimes very difficult to be honest with ourselves. And there happens to be a situation where we've got to come to the realization that even though we've gone through bad times, even though we may have experienced hard times, we may not have been able to accomplish all the things that we set out to do, but what we have to first and foremost understand is that it is not necessarily our fault. We need to forgive ourselves more importantly than anything else. We must develop and maintain the capacity to forgive. He who is devoid of the power to forgive is devoid of the power to love. And if you cannot forgive yourself, there's no way possible you can love yourself. And first and foremost, in this journey of getting mad, as part of that mindset shift, we've got to learn to love ourselves and really and truly genuinely understand what that means. It means that we are going to have to reach down. We're going to dig deep. We're going to perhaps at sometimes even discover some things that are downright disappointing, somewhat things that are discouraging, some things that we may never want anyone else to be aware of. But I assure you, as I was traversing through my journey, when I had hit rock bottom and had to get really butt naked, get your mind out the gutter, get butt naked honest with myself, I began to realize that there were certain things that I had learned in my childhood. There were certain things that I had endured. There were certain things that I need to forgive myself of. And as I began to change what I gave my focus to, what I began to change the things that I allowed my energy to be consumed by, I realized there was a new me that was rising. And I am confident that each and every one of you has greatness within you. All you have to do is dig deep and get it. So if you're happening to go through a situation, you're perhaps in a relationship, perhaps you're at a job that you're not overly crazy about, perhaps you're not seeing your life unfold in a way that you really perceived that you wanted to, and some of us may not even have a clue what that really is. What I suggest to you today is perhaps you may need to act upon some of those dreams, and in order to activate those dreams, you may have to change your mindset. You see, what I realized is my journey as I was changing my mindset is that I became less popular. Some of the things that I discovered oftentimes made me wonder, well, what am I really doing? And it wasn't until I actually discovered who I was that I stumbled across another nugget of Dr. King's that said, our lives begin to end the day we become silent about things that matter. I'm going to say that again because you might want to write this down or even post it in the Facebook group. Our lives begin to end the day we become silent about the things that matter. Why is that important? Why is that critical? Because as you're changing your mindset, I'm not suggesting that you go stand on a street corner. I'm not suggesting that you just run up and down the street and begin with a megahorn to shout out the things that you've discovered. But what I am saying is that as your mindset changes, so will your actions. Because, see, the things that are important to you, they're going to show up in your behavior. The things that are important to you, they're going to show up in the activities that you engage yourself in. When things become important to you mentally, and you make up your mind that you know that you know that you know that you know that you have greatness within you and you're ready to make that leap, you're not going to be able to be silent. And that silence is not always you saying something, because actions speak louder than words. Which takes us into our second transition of today's conversation, is action. And action oftentimes means that we have to do something. My favorite book, the undisputed #1 bestseller in the world, says, faith without works is dead. That seems to imply to me that there's some action that's required. That seems to imply to me, and for you as well, that there may be something that you have to do differently in order to take action. And a lot of times, one of the things that I'm sure someone is sitting there saying is, well, Ed, you don't understand my situation. Indeed, I do. Because, see, when I was stuck in the haze of intoxication, when I was stuck in the haze of frustration, when I was stuck in the haze of running from my reality, what I discovered was once I took the time to stop and be honest, adjust my mindset, began to feed different and newer and improved ideas, began to interact with different people that were willing to uplift me, encourage me, motivate me. People like Coach Terrence, people like Coach Jessica Blaylock, people like Coach Demetra Moore that are pouring energy into me, people like Coach Ruben West who are helping me to develop into what I have dreamed I wanted to do for years. And not only am I pursuing the dream, I am living the dream. And I invite you to live your dream as well. You can do this. You can. And your this may not be public speaking. Your this may not be having a six-figure income. Your this may not be having multi-millions of dollars. Your this could very well be to serve your neighbor. You see, because what I've come to realize is the rent that we pay to be on this planet is the service to others. And we're all part of a much bigger, greater body that we oftentimes don't have control over. So what I invite you to understand today is that as you adjust your mindset, the action that you're going to need to take may vary. The action you're going to need to take is going to require that you overcome something that plagues quite a few of the people around us. So try this illustration out for a moment, if you will. So we're all pretty much familiar with the game of basketball, yes? So when a foul occurs, chances are, if it's a shooting foul, that there's a need for somebody to go and shoot some free throws, right? So typically, when you're looking at a basketball player and they get ready to shoot their free throws, they come up to the line. They may have a couple of rhythm dribbles. Because being a baller back in the day, I'm just going to try to use this example, but you're dribbling, right? You're dribbling and you never take the shot. What is that? Well, that, ladies and gentlemen, is indicative of procrastination, something that a lot of us suffer from. Procrastination. We see, we know, we feel, we've dreamed, people have told us, you got greatness in you. But we sit there dribbling. We never take the shot. What I suggest and submit to you for a suggestion today is, and write this down, please, the time will never be perfect. The time will never be perfect. Start now. Hashtag M.A.D. Go ahead, post it in the group so somebody else, pay it forward so somebody else can leverage that. The timing will never be perfect. You'll never have enough money. You'll never be in the right posture. You'll never have the right position. You'll never have the right people around you. You just need to start. You have to be great to start, but you got to start to be great. No matter how big or how small that calling upon your life may be, no matter how large that seed of greatness that is buried within you, that dream that you have been sitting on, you've got to put it into action. Another great man of vision, a great man of inspiration, a great man of pushing us forward, submitted this for our consideration. He says, and his name is Dr. Miles Monroe, he says, you know what the richest place on the planet is? It's the cemetery. One of the richest places on the planet is a cemetery. And the reason that Dr. Monroe said that was because a lot of us, we have dreams that we suppress. We have dreams that we sit on. We have dreams that we don't share with anyone. And those are life-saving dreams sometimes that could very well bring somebody out of a funk that they're going through, that could bring someone into the light of what greatness they possess within them. There's a dream that's sitting in each and every one of you that you might need to take action upon. I say this, I submit this to you. If you can't fly, then run. If you can't run, it's okay to walk. If you can't walk, then crawl. But whatever you do, just keep moving. And once again, another nugget that was imparted upon us that Dr. King shared with us. And again, I'm going to say that again because that was so powerful, because a lot of us are like, well, I don't have enough education. I don't have the right clothes. I don't have the right car. I don't live in the proper house. None of that matters. And Dr. King once again said, if you can't fly, then run. If you can't run, then walk. If you can't walk, then crawl. But whatever you do, just keep moving. Hashtag M.A.D. That is powerful. Just keep moving. That's part of the action step that I employ as a significant step for my clients as part of the M.A.D strategy. So we've talked about mindset. which is adjusting your thinking, determining what you allow into your thought process. What do you give your energy to? What do you involve yourself in? What type of people do you surround yourself with? A good friend of mine by the name of Walter Bond, during one of his presentations, who's an awesome guy, was a former basketball player. Now he's a motivational speaker that's making like 6 times what his NBA salary was. Yeah, that's right. He's a motivational speaker that speaks globally. And one of the things that he said that I just loved was, when you are surrounded by people that motivate you and you're conscious and intentional about it, your average income will become that of your 5 closest friends. If you surround yourself intentionally with the right folk, your income will become the average of your 5 closest friends. What you talking about here? Well, chances are, if you're rolling with pigeons, you will never soar with eagles. Now, that's not to be derogatory. That's not to put anyone down. But what I came to realize is when I was stuck in my drug addiction, I would purposely seek out people that made me feel better about myself and my foolishness because I had this really sick, twisted thought process that told me that, well, because I got a few dollars and I got enough money to get everybody in a building high, that I was somebody. And it wasn't until I lost everything, didn't have a pot to piss in or a window to throw it out of, that I came to realize that none of those things mattered. What I had to come to the realization was that God had already planted seeds and things inside of me that were intended for greatness. Part of the reason he didn't allow me to successfully take myself out of here when I attempted to commit suicide was he had a plan. The reason he didn't allow me to be in jail or in an institution after being subjected to 18 months of crack addiction was because he had a plan. And as I began to have moments of clarity and realize that there are things that I was procrastinating, just standing there at the free throw line, just rhythm dribbling, never taking the shot, thinking that in my little pity party I wasn't good enough. I didn't have the right skills. No one would like me. Well, what I've come to realize and what I want to impart and employ upon you is that you are great. You do have greatness within you. Your dreams are waiting for you. So again, I leave you with this. If you can't fly, then run. If you can't run, then walk. If you can't walk, crawl, baby. But whatever you do, just keep moving, because your dream is out there, and that dream that you have is going to help save somebody else's life. So one last thing that I'll leave you with, and I'm just so glad, and I'm hoping you're getting something out of this, because the nuggets that we have come to share during this broadcast are not merely for us. They're hopefully going to allow someone, and we don't know where that might be, anywhere on the planet, because it might be evening where you are, it may be morning, it may be afternoon by the time you get to look at this replay. But what I'll share with you is this. Yet another boulder from one of my heroes, Dr. Martin Luther King, states that the ultimate measure of a man is not where he stands in moments of comfort and convenience, but where he stands at times of challenge and controversy. So what I've hopefully illuminated for you today so far is that as you're adjusting your mindset, you're going to come across some things that may not be pleasant, some things that may be downright hurtful, some things that you might need and want to change. But as you do that and you begin to take that action, I promise you, you're going to run into resistance, you're going to run into setbacks, you're going to run into obstacles, you're going to run into even some of the closest people to you looking at you like, are you kidding me? Are you out of your flipping mind? Be not dismayed, my friend. You have greatness within you. You have a dream to pursue, and don't be a part of the contribution to the richest place on the planet, which Dr. Miles Monroe says is the cemetery. Don't take your dreams to the cemetery. Go ahead and live them out. Go ahead and take the action. Adjust your mindset. But what you'll need to realize that as you're going through those haterade parades, that's right, that's what I said, a haterade parade, just keep it moving. Fly, walk, run, crawl, whatever you got to do, just keep it moving. And understand that the third principle within the M.A.D principles is determination. And that's what you're going to require of yourself. That's what's going to be necessary for you to get to the point where you can say that I know that this is my destiny to go to that next level. Whether I'm coming back from a traumatic situation, whether I'm simply floating through life in a status quo thinking that, you know what, I'm feeling something. I know I need to be doing something different. I know I need to be serving someplace else. I know I need to get myself engaged and involved in something beyond what I simply do right now, playing video games, watching television for endless hours of the day, sleeping 8 or 9 hours a night. Chances are, if you're trying to be successful and you're getting 8 to 10 hours of sleep a night, newsflash, you're not on the right path. Determination requires that you're going to have to step outside of your comfort zone. You're going to have to do some things that you haven't done before. You're going to have to encounter some looks, some things that people are going to say about you, and you're going to have to keep it moving. You may fly, you may run, you may crawl, you may even need to crawl at times. But once you get it set into your mind that you're willing to take the action that's going to enable you to move to that next level, it's going to require some determination. And I leave you with this. One of my favorite mottos is good, better, best. We can't let it rest until our good is our better and our better is our best. And I employ upon you today that in order for you to be able to take your life to that next level, you're going to first of all have to encounter 3 things, and they're very simple things that you can take away and start using right now today. You got to adjust your mindset. Change what you give your energy to. Change who you allow into your circle of influence. You're going to have to take some action upon that mindset shift. You're going to have to be willing to put forth a little bit more effort outside of your comfort zone and determination, whether you're flying, running, walking, or crawling. Just keep it moving. I know there's greatness in you. Not only am I pursuing the dream, I'm living the dream. And I know that you too can live your dream if you're willing to get mad. Because it ain't bad, it's necessary. Coach T?
I love it. All right. All right. That is the man. That is the motivator. That is the life transformer. That is Ed Womack. Hey, it was great. I enjoyed it. I'm sure our audience enjoyed it. They learned what it meant to get mad. And in this day and age, especially when you're trying to live your life on the next level, you definitely have to be motivated. You definitely have to take that action, and you definitely have to be determined. It's all in that mindset. He wrapped it up in a nice bow and sent it out to you as a gift, and I want you to show some love to Ed Womack right now. All you need to do is go ahead and click that share button for Facebook and click that share button for Twitter and tweet out what you got from Ed Womack today. What nuggets did he share with you that resonated in your life right now? And if you want to really take your life to the next level, then go ahead and click into the Facebook chat room for the Next Level Living show, where you can tell Ed in person what you thought about his presentation. It was fabulous. It was unstoppable. And that's what we bring here to the show on the Next Level Living show. Ed, I want you to come back on a minute because I want you to give them some more information about how they can get in contact with you and get this fabulous book, Back from Broken. A great read, a great personal testimony for Ed Womack. You can say it better than I can, Ed.
All right, Coach T. You know, and this wasn't really about selling anything today, so I really intentionally didn't go there, but thank you so much for promoting it. My first publication, and by the grace of God, I got it out there. It's called Back from Broken, Happy, Joyous, and Free. And it's more than just a book, y'all. It's an actual opportunity to, after each chapter, write down or journal some things that you may find as helpful throughout the book. I also use it for seminars. So the way that you can get it and get your signed copy is if you go to www.thetips.com thetipsacademy.com. What I'll do for those people that are attending today's Pursuing the Dream session is I'm going to mark the price down to $15. It's normally $20, but I'm going to mark it down today to $15. But there's a bonus. For the first 10 people, the first 10 that purchase Back from Broken off of the www.thetipsacademy.com website, I'll also throw in a free 30-minute consultation. Again, that's only the first 10, so those that act now will be thoroughly rewarded. And during that 30-minute consultation, one of two things are going to happen. We're going to realize that we're a connection, and we're going to work together to help you move to that next level. But in the event we discover that that's not the case, here's what also you will receive. I am delighted to be and honored to be a member of the Destination Mastery coaching group, which is headed by my protege and my mentor, Dr. Ruben West, who's a protege of the Les Brown. We have numerous coaches in our network, so if I happen not to be a fit, I may tell you, hey, give Coach Terrence a call, give Coach Demetri Moore a call, give Ruben West a call. So you can't lose anything. So on top of a great book, you also get an opportunity to have a 30-minute consultation with the Life Transformer and perhaps receive a lifelong relationship or perhaps some guidance to a coach that's more suitable for you. So, Coach T, I appreciate you, love you so much, man, and let's keep pursuing the dream, Doctor.
I love it. I'm putting your information in the chat room right now. So again, go to www.thetips, that's TIPS, academy.com. And as he said, you can order the book Back from Broken on his website. And the first 10 people, not the first 11, not the first 12, but the first 10 people that go and take action right now will be eligible to have a 30-minute coaching call with the Life Transformer. And what better time could you use 30 minutes to do than to transform your life? Thank you so much, Coach Ed Womack, the Life Transformer.
Thanks, Coach T. It's an unstoppable day, buddy. Thank you for your vision.
Always, always. Thank you so much for being a part of the show. We are rocking and rolling. Had a couple of setbacks this day, but we are continuing to pursue the dream. Pursuing the dream doesn't mean that you stop when an option